Well, I'm never been more excited for a season because of what you just mentioned. April is always a struggle for me. Um, and I basically just got to miss the worst 2 months of my, career, worst 2 months of every season of my career. We just got to just basically eliminate it. So I'm getting to jump right into a season of the best months of hitting that I usually have. For me, a lot of that, and I really do believe this, is not necessarily as much getting off to a slow start as it is weather. The weather in April for me, as a guy without batting gloves and just hits balls in the air in Busch Stadium when the ball doesn't really carry as well early on, I just feel like that's a big part of why I struggle. And to be able to just kind of go right into the summer months, and when I'm feeling good and when it's nice and hot out, my hands are feeling good and quick, I'm really looking forward to what kind of season I can have here in this quick little 60-game sprint. Yeah, my swing's been feeling really good. Really just trying to simplify my approach, get back to really just being a tough out. What I mean by that is a guy that can hit any pitch, any location, tough with two strikes, and kind of who I was and who I've been for a lot of my career, and kind of in the last couple of years gotten away from it. So just kind of get back to my roots, so to speak, and I feel like I was able to do that and really feel good about where I'm at. I mean, I might be the crazy person, but I don't have a ton of fear. And not to downplay the virus, I do think that, there's an element and obviously an age group where in pre-existing health conditions where there's certainly some fear that needs to be, and some, caution that needs to be taken. But for me personally, and, I feel like our team for the most part feels the same way. We really just want to get back on the field and bring the game of baseball back to our country. And how do we do that? We do that by getting out there. And if it comes at the risk of getting it, and, then it is what it is. You just got to, kind of roll with the punches, I guess. But, it's a risk that, we're willing to take, I guess is the easiest way to put it. You know what? It'll be strange. One thing I feel like is a huge advantage for us in our, putting on our uniform every day and rolling out in the Busch Stadium, having that, sellout crowd virtually every single game is a huge weapon for us as a home team. Just the energy that we, that brings us as a home team, but then also just kind of the fear maybe that can be put into players that are the visiting team, coming into a ballpark where there's, a fan in every seat, the sea of red like we talk about, and then, obviously the iconic Cardinal franchise. I mean, that can be an intimidating thing. And, this is something that I've had, conversations with guys going, what this season's going to look like. I mean, we're going to have to kind of bring our own energy every day to that ballpark. When you show up every day and there's nobody there to help get you through those kind of grinding moments of a game or a long season. So it'll be interesting how this is going to look, but I'm confident in our group. I know we have a good team. I know we got guys that are committed and want to win, and we're going to find a way to make it work. And that's going to be obviously done by the guys in that dugout, because there's going to be nobody out there watching. Yeah, I've been really lucky having my folks out here at our property here in Texas. We really haven't been able to really or let me rephrase that. We haven't missed a beat since this thing has went down, since the pandemic hit. Been luckily and thankfully enough been able to go out to the local high school field that's right here near us every day, and be able to get out there and take ground balls, move around, take BP hit. I have a batting cage here at my place. We've been able to use that quite a bit, and also a gym. So really hadn't broke stride, and really just been able to continue what I had built it up headed into spring training, and just carried that right over. A lot of what was the coverage of the whole thing was just really unfortunate. Obviously the situation played out just really ugly in the public eye. It just really was just a nasty negotiation that I don't think anybody wanted, and I don't think anybody won in the way this played out. I think it was just a real disappointment for both sides. I think that the owners would agree that, and players would agree too, that nobody wanted it to come to this. But, it's just an unfortunate thing. I have no personal ill will towards, the ownership side, especially ours. I mean, I do understand as much as anybody that, at the end of the day, they're running a business, and, you got to make decisions as a business owner for that business. So, a lot of that stuff is over my head, the whole negotiation thing. I just have to trust in our union, which I do, and, abide by and unite with our players, which I am. And, but to answer your question, I don't think that there's going to be any kind of, especially from my dugout standpoint, for our dugout standpoint, our guys are not going to hold any ill will. They're going to go out and try to win a game every single night because we're competitors and that's what we do. And, we're just going to try our best to go out and win a 2020 World Series championship.